Summertime Render is mystery done right. That's it. That's the video. You can go now. In all seriousness though, Summertime Render is the best anime to come out in 2022 that you haven't watched. It's probably the most underrated anime that came out last year. Actually, that's not right. It's the most overlooked anime that came out last year, but I honestly can't blame anyone for missing it. It was stuck in Disney Plus jail, and if Summertime Render came out in any other year, it would have easily been the anime of the year. But in 2022, where we had multiple juggernauts coming out season after season, you're bound to miss a great. However, that needs to change. Summertime Render is one of the best and my second favorite anime of 2022, and it would have been first if it wasn't for Bocchi. However, since Summertime Render is a mystery anime, this video is going to be spoiler free, but it's best that you watch it as blind as possible, so I recommend that you close the video and go watch it. However, if you're still here, I'm going to convince you to watch it. So, let's talk about Summertime Render, the best anime you didn't watch. How can I describe the story without spoiling it? Let's see. If I had to pick a show that's kind of similar to Summertime Render, it'd be Re:Zero. But that's because Summertime Render uses a similar time travel method like Re:Zero. However, I'm going to try to describe the plot as vaguely as possible, since it's a mystery anime after all, so here goes. Shinpei was studying in Tokyo for 2 years, but after his childhood friend Ushio drowns trying to rescue Shiori, Shinpei returns back to his home island of Wakayama City to attend her funeral. However, during the funeral, So, Shinpei's best friend, tells him that there were bruise marks around Ushio's neck, casting a shadow over her cause of death, which makes Shinpei take a step back to reevaluate the situation. FYI, Shinpei reevaluates his situation a lot during the show. However, strange incidents continue to occur, like people disappearing all of a sudden, like Shiori's family, and other events that can't be explained, which leads Shinpei and Mio, Ushio's sister, to an elderly, bearded man to tell them about the shadow sickness, where if you see your shadow, which is basically your doppelganger, the shadow kills you and then pretends to be you and kill your remaining family. He also tells them that those afflicted would go to Hiroko to get cleansed. Mio then recalls that 3 days before Ushio's death, she saw her shadow, which leads both Mio and Shinpei to go to Hiroko, and that's where I'm going to stop. All of this was just a part of the first episode, and yet, I still feel like I gave away too much. The best thing about Summertime Render is that it actually keeps you guessing. It strikes the perfect balance of giving you enough clues to keep up with the mystery, but it doesn't give you too much that you figure everything out. It basically avoided the mistake Erased made. It's paced very well, and there's also this sense of tension that keeps you on your feet throughout the show, and its payoff is worth it. Trust me, Summertime Render's a must-watch. Summertime Render's story is great and all, but how does it look? Summertime Render is animated by Studio OLM, who, if you don't know, is the studio that gives us the Pokemon anime, and Komi Can Communicate, and I'd say that they nailed it. Animation-wise, it's not anything groundbreaking, but it still looks pretty good, and the most important thing is that its animation quality is actually consistent. Unlike Komi, Summertime Render's got some epic fight scenes where they go all out and bring their A-game and give us some eye candy. It's also got one of my most favorite openings and endings of the year. I usually skip the openings and endings of anime, but Summertime Render's first OP and ED were an exception. Although the first OP didn't have much going on visually, its simplicity got me, and the song accompanying it was just... The first ED, however, was something else, giving us live action shots of what I assume to be footage of Tomogashima Island, which is just offshore of Wakayama, Japan, which I believe to be what Wakayama Island's inspired from, but what I like the most is the song itself. I don't know what it is, but Kaika, which is the name of the song, just feels like it's the best song they could have got for Summertime Render. It also helps that it's honestly a great song. If I had one thing to criticize about Summertime Render, that's going to be the fan service. Don't get me wrong, it isn't exactly heavy on it, it's just present scarcely throughout the show, but it's there. Also, and this is just me, but I'd rather Shinpei be a bit more impulsive. I really like Shinpei, but I would have liked seeing him acting more on his emotions, rather than always taking a step back to calm down. I know that it's his habit and all, but that's just me. Summertime Renders achieved a rare thing, and that's not screwing up a perfectly good mystery. I'm just a sucker for both a good mystery and time travel, and it has both. The perfect ingredients to make a masterpiece. And even if it doesn't go down as an anime great, Summertime Render's pacing, tension, and payoff was enough to make it one of the best anime of 2022. Too bad it was stuck behind the Disney Plus jail. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, then leave a like and subscribe. We're close to 500 subscribers. The goal's getting closer and closer. As usual, this has been Anio, and until next time, mata ne.